and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
My fellow gamers, rise up, because last year was one of the best years of gaming. I feel like it's not every year we get to see some heavy hitters come out. And it's not just in our video game industry. A lot of video game adaptations have been really successful last year. Which, if this is the case, I can't wait to see what our future holds. And that's what I want to talk about. I know the new year has just started, but looking back to our past, I want to see what our future entails. I mean, dude, there were so many great games that were released last year, and I didn't even have enough time to play them all, and I'm pretty sure you guys didn't either. And not only that, there was a lot of industry moves that were made last year. Moves that will impact the future of the industry. Nintendo's the first company I want to talk about because these motherfuckers came out swinging. The entire year of 2023, Nintendo was like,
I be popping bottles, sparkles and champagne. VIP my section, royalty looking sexy, you know that be my thing.
Tears of the Kingdom, which is a game I haven't played, but just seeing the gameplay footage online, it's very impressive, especially since it's on the Nintendo Switch, which is like a brick of a console most of the time. Just look at what they did to Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat was one of my favorite games last year, and even this year. I mean, you can see some of the influence in this game on Lego Fortnite, which is very impressive. But Nintendo also came out with Pikmin 4. I've personally never played any of the Pikmin games, but I just love seeing all the Pikmin getting crushed. Just some funny ass content for me.
No! No!
We also got Mario Wonder last year, which the last Mario game we ended up getting was Mario Odyssey. That game was released back in 2017. Same year also Breath of the Wild came out, and Mario Wonder got really great reviews. Watching Dashy Games play Mario Wonder really took me back.
Super Mario W-O-N-D-E-R, this beat go hard. I'm about to burn it up to a CDR. Make me wanna dance like, what's up, my...
I also had some fun getting some indie games on my Nintendo Switch. Shouts out to Dave the Diver, that game hit.
We gon' suck their dicks off. We gon' hump them. We gon' suck their dicks off.
It's about dick, it's about penis. Men are from Mars, but I'm from Venus. Put it in the butt, stick him in the shower, and take what's ours. I want to drain the main vein, prostate massage so insane until you scream, I'm so motherfucking gay.
Women gonna fuck though.
Masturbation, ejaculation.
But not only that, we also got some very interesting DLC, especially for Pokemon. They added all different kinds of Pokemon into the competitive scene, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this shapes out in the competitives. Personally, I'm just glad that they added Alolan Ninetales. But overall, for Nintendo, they had a pretty good year last year. Although, tragedy did strike, and the Nintendo 3DS eShop has finally closed forever. And this whole situation just sparked up debate and controversy about video game preservation. And just looking at video games today really makes you realize that we really don't own anything. We really are just renting our video games. And not just our video games. Our Blu-rays and DVDs are going out of fashion. Streaming services are really taking over. Which we'll get to those motherfuckers in a bit. Because the final nail on the coffin will be coming out later this year for Nintendo 3DS. Online services will finally be closed, which basically means you can't play online on the 3DS anymore. And you won't be able to reinstall games you have purchased from the eShop. Although, quick little caveat, Pokemon Bank will still be working. Rest in peace 3DS, never forget you, you were like a father to me. And now, going back to what we were talking about, streaming services and renting, let's talk about Xbox. Which, fun fact, Xbox didn't come out with shit. I mean, at least they came out with Redfall, and Starfield, and
Fucking pro now!
Guys, I'm a lovable TL. I don't have an Xbox, but I do have a PC, which I've been telling my coworkers and my friends that you really don't need an Xbox. All you need is a PC and a PlayStation. Anything that comes out on Xbox automatically comes out on PC, but that's besides the point. Although nothing great's been coming out of Xbox, they really are doing their best. And that, of course, I'm talking about acquisitions. These motherfuckers really bought half of the gaming industry. And by half, I mean Activision Blizzard. I mean, these guys got a hold of Call of Duty, Diablo, Hearthstone, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and a whole bunch of other shit. And that's just Activision. They also have Bethesda, and looking into the future, Elder Scrolls and Call of Duty might be just exclusive to the Xbox. That is, if there's still an Xbox in the future. I'm not sure if you guys have heard this, but there are rumblings saying that Xbox and Microsoft might be leaving the console industry. I think I remember reading somewhere that if Xbox's next generation console doesn't sell as well, they will be exiting out of the console war. Which I'm pretty sure it has all the Sony fanboys raving like,
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with...
Which gets to my next point. Xbox just wants to be the Netflix of gaming. Instead of selling you video games, they want you to subscribe to a service that will let you play video games from anywhere. Which this makes Xbox really smart of them to come up with a backup plan if the console plan doesn't end up working out for them. But this really spells out danger for us the fans. Capitalism 101 dictates that we need competition in order for the consumer to get the best of all worlds. In this case, the console war. If we look back to the PlayStation 4 Xbox One days, one of the biggest complaints about the PlayStation 4 was the controller. The controller was very thin and very awkward to hold if you had big hands, while the Xbox had a bulkier, much more comfortable design. Fast forward to the PlayStation 5 days, and now PlayStation has a bulky controller that's a lot more comfortable to hold on if you had bigger hands. Another example is IP. Nintendo was the king of IP with characters like Mario, Pokemon, and Legend of Zelda. PlayStation has Ratchet & Clank, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and a whole bunch of others. And Xbox, who has been mistreating their IP, only has Halo and Gears of War, and I guess Starfield now. And all this stuff is good. People are trying to improve their IP or acquire IP to improve competition amongst each other. And all this stuff is good, but sometimes capitalism has the opposite effect. Another example would be back in the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 days. Back when Xbox was charging $60 for an online membership and PlayStation was charging free $99. But that didn't last too long, because in the PlayStation 4 era, they went from free to $50.
That's crazy, man.
Sometimes capitalism just inspires predatory behavior. But regardless, for better or for worse, we can't have Xbox leaving the console industry. And here's hoping to the future that Xbox does not leave and just comes out with better IP. We already talked about these guys for a bit, but PlayStation, they got a lot of things going on. One major thing is that these motherfuckers were leaking everything. A whole bunch of hackers managed to get a lot of information out of Insomniac Games. Which, if you guys don't know, PlayStation owns that shit. Which pretty much a whole bunch of stuff of Wolverine, their next game, got leaked. And a whole bunch of personal information too. Which, to me, it feels like Marvel might not be working with them if this shit keeps going. After all, Blade will be coming out with Bethesda, which is owned by Xbox. But not only that, these motherfuckers came out with the PlayStation Portal. Which for me personally, I don't get the appeal of, but that little piece of hardware sold out everywhere. Which to me, it makes me feel like PlayStation is the new hypebeast thing. It's expensive and everybody wants it, but that's the industry. In terms of games, Spider-Man 2 came out, which me personally I have not played yet, but just looking at it, it looks like one of the most impressive games so far. Just swinging around New York really makes you feel
the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
And then there's Baldur's Gate, which only came out on PlayStation and PC, even though it was also supposed to come out on Xbox, which didn't really come out till later this year. Which that game was extremely impressive. Well done, Larian Studios. I hope a lot of games in the future come out that state that Baldur's Gate came out in. I mean, that shit literally won Game of the Year. But back to PlayStation. Last year was the first year I played on the PlayStation 5. And I wasn't the only one. Articles came out saying that PlayStation outsold Xbox One once again. I mean, the only reason why we decided to get a PlayStation 5 was for Mortal Kombat and Ghost of Tsushima. And I mean, that game looked really impressive on the PlayStation 5. I remember my grandmother asking me what movie I was watching just because the graphics looked that well. So that's pretty much what happened last year with the big three. But in other news, remember when Unity tried to fuck over the creator by basically upcharging the creator? Basically, it looked like all those motherfuckers are now moving to the Unreal Engine. And now that we're talking about Epic taking W's, another W that they ended up taking is they actually won their lawsuit up against Google, which hopefully this means that there will be cheaper in-game purchases for all you fucking whales. Which not only that, this also sets a very good precedent because they're also going up against Apple. Only time will tell as we get to see what the ramifications end up being. And once again, I would like to mention our fallen soldier, the Nintendo 3DS. And our fallen comrade E3. Ever since I was a child in middle school, I've always wanted to go to E3. And now I will never be able to go. But it's not all doom and gloom. As we look into the future and later this year, a whole bunch of exciting stuff we will soon get to play.
Do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.